The morning sun hung low over the city, soft but bright, casting long shadows across the busy street market. Crowds moved in waves, vendors shouted prices, and the smell of fresh bread and spices drifted through the air. But in the middle of all this movement, one scene stood painfully still, a small boy clutching a half-filled grocery bag as a security guard towered over him, and then came the trembling voice that cut through the noise like a blade. "Please, please don't take our food. My mom is sick," the boy whispered, his tiny hands shaking as though the bag itself was too heavy for him to defend. If you believe kindness and second chances can change someone's whole world, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Your support helps stories like this reach more hearts. His name was Arlo, an 8-year-old with dark curls flattened by sweat and worry. The guard had caught him outside one of the largest grocery stores in the city, claiming he hadn't fully paid. Customers slowed down, watching from a distance, unsure whether to step in or stay removed from yet another uncomfortable scene. But someone stopped, a tall man in a crisp white shirt, sleeves rolled back, keys of a luxury car in his hand. His name was Rowan Hale, one of the youngest single, dad CEO in the city, known for his sharp mind, hardened decisions, and unshakable discipline. Rowan was heading to his office when Arlo's broken plea froze him mid-stride. For a moment, Rowan saw not the crowd, not the market, not the guard, but his own past reflected in the boy's watery eyes. As Rowan approached, the guard explained that the boy tried to leave without paying for 2 items hidden under the bread. Rowan looked at the bag. It wasn't toys or sweets, just medicine, rice, and canned soup. Basic things, needed things, and suddenly the CEO everyone saw as strictly logical felt his chest tighten. He told the guard he would cover the cost and crouched down beside Arlo, speaking softly but firmly. He didn't ask why the boy hadn't paid. Instead, he asked where his mother was. The boy lowered his head and said she was home, too weak to move, coughing since morning, unable to stand or eat. He said he had tried to find cheap food, but even the few bills he carried weren't enough. Rowan walked Arlo home, carrying the bag himself because the boy's hands wouldn't stop trembling. The neighborhood changed as they walked, tall buildings fading into small, cracked structures, peeling paint, rusted gates, and quiet streets where people hid struggles behind thin curtains. When they reached a narrow house with a sagging roof, Arlo pushed open the front door and led Rowan inside. The smell of strong tea, medicine, and dampness filled the room. On an old couch lay a woman, pale, sweating, coughing into a thin blanket. Her name was Mira. She tried to sit up, startled by the visitor, but her body protested with a deep, rattling cough. Rowan had never been so aware of his own privilege. He set the groceries down and asked Mira questions, not out of curiosity, but concern. She explained she had lost her job months ago after falling sick, and now the sickness had worsened because she couldn't afford treatment. She apologized over and over again for her son troubling anyone. Rowan felt something shift inside him, a reminder of his own childhood when his single mother had struggled until she collapsed from exhaustion. He remembered being helpless, small, and scared, just like Arlo. Without hesitation, Rowan stepped outside and made a call, not to his office, not to a colleague, but to a doctor he trusted. Within an hour, the doctor arrived, examined Mira, and arranged immediate treatment. Rowan stayed with Arlo, keeping him calm while the doctor worked. When Mira was finally stabilized, Rowan felt a wave of relief wash over the entire room. Over the next days, Rowan visited the house regularly. He brought fresh meals, covered Mira's medical expenses, arranged cleaning help, and made sure Arlo attended school without worry. At first, Mira protested, saying she didn't want to be a burden. But Rowan reassured her that kindness was not a debt, it was a choice, one he wished someone had made for him years ago. For Arlo, Rowan became more than a rescuer. He became a guiding presence, a mentor, someone who treated him like a child whose life mattered. But Rowan's own life had its shadows. He was a single father to a daughter named Alara, who spent most of her time with nannies because Rowan's schedule barely allowed family moments. Helping Arlo and Mira awakened memories and emotions Rowan had locked away, forcing him to reconsider what truly mattered. One afternoon, while watching Arlo read a book to his recovering mother, Rowan realized he had given so much time to building a company that he had forgotten how to build a life. So he made a quiet decision. He reduced his work hours, adjusted responsibilities, and brought both Arlo and Mira closer into his family circle. Illyra, shy but warm-hearted, quickly bonded with Arlo. She told her father one evening that helping them made her feel like their family had grown bigger, and Rowan couldn't remember the last time he'd heard his daughter express pure joy like that. Weeks later, Mira was healthy enough to stand on her own, cook again, even smile fully. Rowan secured her a stable job in one of his company's smaller departments, where her skills fit perfectly. When she received her first paycheck after months of struggle, tears streamed down her face. She told Rowan that he had saved not just their home, but their hope. And on a bright afternoon in the same market where everything began, Arlo walked beside Rowan holding 2 bags of groceries, fully paid, proudly carried. Rowan watched the boy's face glow with confidence and realized that the simple act of listening, helping, and stepping in had rewritten the future of an entire family. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Your engagement helps spread compassion and inspire others. Before we end, please drop a comment telling us one good thing you wish to see more of in the world. And so, under the warm daylight that once witnessed a moment of desperation, now stood 3 lives forever changed, proof that kindness may begin with a single moment, but its impact lasts far beyond it.